SafePrep Show pre-show. Our guest tonight at 7 o'clock, 8 p.m. Eastern is going to be Jeremy from Do We Like Donuts. And as usual, we come on TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch all at once and try to manage multiple platforms. So the podcast will be on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. So if you're on TikTok and don't follow us or subscribe to us over on Facebook or YouTube, y'all go ahead and do that. Podcast tonight is going to be good. If you guys don't follow at Do We Like Donuts on, hey Mav, good to see you, man. I heard something about jerky the other day. Something about jerky in your live. Apparently in Mavericks Live the other day, they were talking about eating, like, what they were going to do with my remains after SHTF, and they were talking about turning me into jerky. I wasn't there, but I heard about it. And I asked Jester what flavor, and he's like, I think you're like a hickory or a mesquite, but then he was like, maybe something sweeter. Because Jester wants me to be sweeter than I am. If you guys don't follow It's Doomsday Podcast over on TikTok, be sure you do that. It's Doomsday Podcast 2.0 and 3.0. And I'm sure Jester will be a guest eventually on our show. I think me and Jester could do a live show just fine and not have to record it. Let me turn notifications off on my phone real quick so that doesn't interrupt us. Oh, sorry. YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. Let me get the chats on. Now you guys can talk. Let's turn the chat overlay on, and then you'll have to add a new chat before it pops up. But I try to interact with everybody. If you're new to the account, my name's Justin. I'm SafePrep. Folks on TikTok, you were on. You said no. You said no to SafePrep meat. You know how much chemicals I put in my body. I would taste bitter, and it would probably be a traumatic unaliving, and that makes the meat worse. Carolyn, how are you? Carolyn was live last night. You need that dude's number. Potatoes and tissues are hard to get. Did y'all, speak of numbers, and if you're with us on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch, guys, if you guys leave a comment, it'll pop up on the screen here. There's my wife. She's downstairs mad at me because I'm upstairs. Carolyn says I'm okay, love. Thank you, Kristen, for sharing the live. Because my stomach is constantly hurting lately. I think I'm dealing with we think I'm dealing with a kidney stone issue. So who have I got over on YouTube and Facebook and Twitch, guys? There's 4 of you watching. Won't you say hello? Oh, speaking of phone number, Jelly, did y'all see my Jake Dials video? Did y'all see my Jake Dials video? I'll tell my Jake Dials story. That was pretty good. Jake Dials, y'all, at Jake Dials Show on TikTok and Jake Dials Show on YouTube, folks. Be sure that you give him a follow or a subscribe. So I got Jake. I reached out to Jake 2 nights ago. I reached out Friday. How are you doing? I reached out to Jake 2 nights ago and gave Jake my phone number. And my phone number circle is super small. And y'all know I like Jake. Always have since I met him. And there we go. Hey, PN, how are you? Good to see you. So I gave Jake my number 2 nights ago. Okay? In case he needed anything. I said, if you need an ear, call me. And a whole day later, I get a weird voicemail. So I go to my visual voicemail, and there's this message in there, and it doesn't sound like him. It doesn't really sound like him. And all he said was, this message is for SafePrep, hi, and bye. And that was it. That was it. Dooms, have you heard this story? Dooms needs to hear this story. If y'all don't know, Jake Dials is a new co-host with Jester over at It's Doomsday Podcast. Jester, did you watch that video on me and Jake Dials? Just say no. You didn't watch it. You don't watch my content. I never see. You never comment, like, share, save. So anyways, I gave Jake my number. A whole day later, I get a voicemail that just says, "Hey, Safe Prep, this message is for Safe Prep. Dooms, you'll love this. This message is for Safe Prep. Hi and bye." From a number I don't recognize. And I've had people before, guys, and don't get any ideas because this is the way to get on my bad side. Like, reach out to me via my phone number for something that's not business. Like, that's what my phone number's for. And so I sent this person a message. I said, "Can I help you?" I said, "Can I help you?" And, okay, Angela, cool, awesome. Uh, can I help you? And they were like, "I just left you a wonderful voicemail." So it's like little bitty snips and pieces, and I'm already getting a creepy vibe, like somebody just looked at my phone numbers messing with me, right? And I said, I don't. I immediately went to rage, and Dooms be listening. I immediately went to rage, and I was like, I texted them back. "I don't have time for games. Who is this?" And they told me, they said, "This is so and so." Okay, they said it was so and so, but it wasn't that person we're talking about right now. It was another name, and it didn't key my memory. They said, "This is your good buddy so and so," and then I didn't recognize that name, and it didn't jog a memory. I'm like, forget this. I'm blocking this person. So I blocked their number from my phone. Boy, that light's really making the side of my face blue. And let me move that. Nope, still blue. Oh, you just see it on TikTok. Never mind. You can't see it on YouTube. So, hey guys, welcome in. We're going to be here for about another 15 minutes, and we're going to the main account. And that's my child yelling. Yes, sir. Welcome to Parenthood and Podcasting.
Daddy.
Yes, sir.
Dad.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna be your kid.
No, I'm busy. Jester, I don't know. I'll come back to that. Let me finish the story. I don't know. You need to go to YouTube and tell me. Go to YouTube and tell me. I've been tweaking with it. Yes, I have been tweaking with it, but I don't know. I'm sitting further back, trying that too. So I go in. I block this person, right? I block this person, and then I go inside and start eating dinner with my wife. She had pizza and a salad. I had a salad. Catalina, in case anybody was wondering, right? And I'm like, this weird. I got a weird phone call. I was telling her about it. Then I was like, oh my goodness, wait a minute. So I went back and I listened to the voicemail again with my wife, and I was like, is that Jake? Is that Jake Dials? Because it doesn't really sound like Jake Dials. And then I went back and looked at the phone number, and it was from where Jake Dials is from. And I'm like, oh my God, I just blocked Jake Dials. Y'all know how big Jake Dials is? So big on social media. Like, TikTok don't like him, and they don't let him get bigger. And I blocked him. So I unblocked him, and I was like, I unblocked him once I realized it was him, and messaged him back. I'm like, dude, I just blocked you. I'm a little block happy lately. So, Safe Prep overreacting again, Jester. You know how it is, baby. I'm going to assume that comment's from one of our own. Try it again. TikTok didn't like it. Try it again. But guys, we'll be here on 2.0 till 6:30. Then we're going to jump over to the main account, and then we'll go until the podcast drops at 7. Tonight's guest is going to be Dewey Like Donuts, at Dewey Like Donuts on TikTok. He's also on Instagram. Good evening, the betting courts. We're doing our pre-show for the podcast tonight that drops at 7. You guys give the betting courts a follow down here. She is going to be one of our podcast guests. At Dewey Like Donuts on TikTok and on Instagram. And he's going to be our next 3 shows. And tonight's episode's about 33 minutes long. We're shortening the podcast just a little bit. Give you guys plenty of time to be sure you make it over to the Big Daddy Al podcast, which starts at 8. So, no, Jester, you're fine, brother. No, Jester's asking about my microphone. This is the microphone that Jester recommended, and I've had a couple of issues, but I don't think it's the microphone. I honestly think it's the system I do the podcast through. And it's got a couple of audio settings. This is the boring tech stuff that y'all probably don't care about. And like it's got noise cancellation or noise suppression, and it's also got echo cancellation, and then it's got an option to do it in high def. And it's got an option that I'm trying tonight that makes the volume the same, pretty much maintains the same volume level no matter how far away or how close I get to the microphone. The program that I'm going to start tweaking my audio through is a free program you can get off the internet, and that's OBS software. And that's cool, Mav. That's cool, man. We'll see you later. You know the podcast is there after the show's over with. Sandy, good to see you. Good to see you. Thank you for coming in. Gina, so good to see you, Gina. I downloaded the OBS software. I'll talk to you later, Kristen. It's not. It's really not a trick. It's really not a trick. And Sandy, your notification just came up on my phone too. I'm so glad you're over on Facebook. So I downloaded OBS to tweak my audio a little bit and make my voice sound cooler than it is. And hey, Bettencourt, so good to see you. And Kristen, thanks for sharing that. And the OBS, the latest version of OBS for my computer won't let me load it because there's a file missing or something. So I've been trying to do some research on that. I've got to go back and download an older version, and then hopefully I can make my audio just a little bit better. Speaking of Facebook, I'm still trying to figure out some stuff when I go in and schedule things, because I can record a podcast, guys. I can record the podcast, and I can schedule that to stream on all the platforms, so YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch, right? And when I schedule it for Facebook, I'll schedule it at 7 p.m. because that's what time I do the podcast, right? And then on my mobile version of Facebook, on my SafePrep Survival page, it says that it's scheduled at 12 a.m. But when I looked at it the other night, on like my computer version, it said 7. So I'm going to be checking that out during the podcast tonight. So you still worried about Jake, Kristen? I'll take care of you, Kristen. Gina says, I am so excited for tonight. I am too. So me and I'll talk about Dewey. We got about 10 more minutes here on 2.0. Cindy, so good to see you. To talk about Dewey for a second. So, I'll tell you, I got a few people in my close circle, guys, that kind of hook me up with other creators that I may not be aware of. And somebody recommended that I reach out to Dewey Like Donuts on TikTok and Instagram. And her name is Linda. What are you talking about? Sorry, guys. Y'all know I'm more on TikTok, too. I apologize. Y'all are more important. The YouTube and Facebook people are, because that's where the podcast is at. So I started watching his content first, and then I reached out to him. I think he knew who I was through our mutual friend, and I knew he would be a good guest. And so we emailed a little bit back and forth, and then when we did the actual recording, I think we actually recorded it last Friday. And then I had it edited by, I think, Monday. And we did the podcast. Lord, that's a bunch of blue hearts. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Y'all may hear my kids screaming downstairs. I don't have the noise suppression turned off. So we did. It was about an hour and 50 minutes of podcast with Jeremy, and I've told you guys we're trying to shorten the podcast a little bit just to make it easy for everybody to watch. So the episodes will be anywhere normally from about 30 to 45 minutes. Tonight's is about 33 minutes long. And then the next two Fridays, Jeremy will be our guest. So you'll see the continuation of Do We Like Donuts interview over the next 2 weeks. So for those of you on TikTok that don't know, the actual podcast is on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. YouTube and Facebook are the places people normally go. We're doing a live premiere on YouTube, and you guys can go and see that video on YouTube right now. It says premiere, so it'll do a countdown, and then at 7 o'clock it drops, and I plan to be in the chats on YouTube when the podcast drops at 7, so I can participate and we can all watch it together if you'd like to do that. Do we like donuts? Hey, dude, why don't you go live with me real quick? Are you in a position where you can do that? If you're not, that's cool. But I'll let you in a second, my friend. Yeah, tonight. But so I'm putting my podcast out every Friday evening at go make dinner. Well, tell us what you're having for dinner first. Mike says find on YouTube. Thank you, baby. I appreciate it. And Mrs. Doom Prep is my wife. Dewey's driving. Well, you can't go live then, brother. But I'll be live probably up until at 7. I'll be live till 7. But I was not talking smack. I'm talking good. Man, he'll be back too. It's not like he's just getting these 3 episodes, because we stumbled upon a bunch of topics that we need to discuss later, and he's got a lot to teach you guys, and I'm excited about tonight. I'm also excited that I'm caught up on the podcast for 2 more weeks. So for the guys on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch, I will throw up the rest of the guests that we have got scheduled. Where are we at? There we go. I'll throw that down there in the ticker. But yeah, at Do We Like Donuts on TikTok, at Do We Like Donuts on Instagram as well. Be sure you guys are following him in both places. Prepping, homesteading, gardening. He did a really good video the other day. I knew I should have bought my drink up here. He did a really good video. Hey, White, the door's locked. Never mind, you can't get in. Actually, if I could get my wife to bring me a drink up and also bring the key to get the door open up here without me having to get up. So, Cindy, the podcast drops every Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. But after the podcast is over, the podcast stays on those platforms. So it stays up there as a video. So even if you're busy on Fridays, you can go. It's just like downloading somebody's episode on Podbean. You can watch it anytime you want to. And what I ask you guys is that if you're watching it after the fact, that you guys leave me a comment to let me know you're watching, or leave me a comment about the podcast, and that helps the algorithm over on YouTube, which is part of where we're trying to grow. Sarah Lou, good to see you, Sarah Lou, and thank you for the gifts. I appreciate it. Cindy, it's so good to see you. Yeah, but yeah, I'm trying to think. This is our 3rd podcast. Eric the Green was our first podcast guest, a medical anthropologist that helps people stay cool in hot environments. Minnie Haven Homestead was our 2nd podcast guest, and that was a live. Do We Like Donuts is our next 3. Now I got a half-clothed child and my wife up here because I'm having a coughing fit.
Don't open that.
Don't open this?
Garrett knocked it out of my hand and it rolled.
Oh, don't open that one. Y'all.
Dad.
Hey, don't touch stuff.
Red.
Welcome to Podcast Life.
Cheese.
What? You don't have a shirt on. You can't come into either one of these.
Let me do your cheese.
What?
Let me do your cheese.
Oh, you want to give me a kiss? Okay, hang on. No, you can't do it on camera. Mwah. I love you.
Here.
Billy and H, how are you?
Come on, boo.
Dewey says, no, I'm not opening it. So the rest of the guests, Dewey's your next 3 podcasts, guys, and he'll be back for more, I promise. I was going to say, bragging on Dewey's video the other day. He did a video because there's a little bit of misunderstanding. Dewey knows what this is about. Me and Dewey had to interrupt the podcast several times for my children interrupting.
No, because you already knocked it out of my hand.
You going to jump on here and say hello to everybody just so you can say you've been on your husband's podcast?
No. Don't shoot.
No, I will not be at Prep Stock. There was some changes with that.
Dad, hi.
No, you don't have a shirt on.
Hi.
You don't have a shirt on.
Come on, pumpkin.
Sandy says the kiss was even sweet.
Come on,
What
pumpkin.
is
Oh my God. He's so my youngest is the one that has the speech issue, and I'm telling you, his speech has taken off over the past month. It's the biggest change. You're not gonna pop in here? Come here. Just stick your head in. They want to see you. Jelly's over here. She was. You gonna do that to Jelly? Come on. Right over here. Can I have a kiss? Y'all love me more than my own family does.
Come on. No, go downstairs.
Betancourt's, and I may have told you this before, he fell through every crack that COVID created as far as the timing was just bad. Everything with him as far as therapy and assessments was delayed 6 months, and then we had to switch contractors and all that stuff. And I'm telling you, it's just the changes that he's had are amazing over the past month as he's really picking up. Now, he does speech therapy twice a week at the same school my kid goes to. It's scary for me because I'm not a speech guy. That's not my forte. So, but I'm encouraged over the past month because he's having full-blown conversations with us. And because his speech has been delayed, he's been the baby a little bit longer. So, but I'll say this. We have. I'll circle it back to preparedness. So he is very finicky with what he eats. Very, very finicky with what he eats. Like, he eats potato chips. He eats chicken nuggets, and they have to be cooked just right. He eats goldfish. He'll eat cheese slices or grated cheese. So for us, and I think I've talked about this on some of my lives in the past on the account on TikTok, is post big disaster or post SHTF, do they eventually get hungry enough to whether they'll eat anything, or is there a way to maybe force feed your I don't know, you know what I mean? It's worrisome. Nothing for you in the 70s. I even went to a speech therapist this year, and I was like, y'all are the experts. Please tell us, is he where he should be? Where's he going to be in a year? And they were not concerned. And I took that to be truthful and honest. So I'm not as worried, especially since he's taken off over the past month. But he has homework. We have a little sheet, and we practice words. But it's just amazing. He's been the baby a little longer because when you have a speech delay, it makes everything more difficult. It makes potty training more difficult. It makes discipline more difficult. So it's YouTube getting a notification that my podcast debuts in 30 minutes. But yeah. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm not It's just the unknown bit in courts because like he's supposed to start kindergarten next year, and we're either going to hold him back, or we anticipate there will be some issues because we have not been able to get him into pre-K at his school, which my wife's a little upset about. And who knows? We may be homeschooling both the kids by then. So here's what we're going to do, guys. It takes about 3 days to eat what you want, then to watch the show on it. I'd be curious to know what that show is, Miss Little Sunshine. So, guys, here's what we're going to do. I am going to end it here on the 2.0 account, and I'm going to jump over to the main account. So, at SafePrep, if you don't follow there, and I'm going to go live over there. I'm going to stay live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. Dewey, I know, bro. That was what I was going to tell everybody a while ago, and then I'll get off of here. So, Dewey did a good video the other day. I did a video touching on it, but it was really to teach another lesson. But I started it off with I may be homeschooling my children, and they're going to be home more, and you need to have more food. But Dewey did a video the other day trying to head off misinformation or misunderstandings on everything that the CDC just did, because it's easy to hear one thing and that not be the absolute truth. So he did it. Thank you, Miss Little Sunshine. I appreciate it. Yeah, hey, Survival Alliances, that's also one of our guests. I'm going to end it on 2.0. I'm going to jump over to the main account. We'll do a live there for 30 minutes, and then we'll end it, and y'all can watch the podcast. So we'll see you on the main account in just a few minutes, okay? Love you guys. We'll see you in a minute. All right. We got my 4 people on YouTube or Facebook. I appreciate y'all being there. Switch accounts on TikTok here. I'm so excited about tonight's show. Tonight, when I have these really good guests on, and everybody has been a really good guest so far, it makes me want to do the podcast more than I'm doing it. Because we're initially going to do it every 2 weeks. And now we're doing it every week, and we've made the podcast a little shorter, so it's not additional work for me. And I think it's better for y'all. You get shorter snippets. But it makes me want to do the podcast more because I finished editing this podcast Monday, and then I have to sit on it for 4 days, and it's miserable sitting on such good guests. I'm like, I want to roll this out as soon as I have it edited, but it won't work like that. Let me switch over and get live back on the Tickety Talks. And for those of you that are already over here on YouTube or Facebook, guys, you don't know how much I appreciate it. So we're live on TikTok on the main account. And attention to the chat. So if y'all want to say anything, I'm happy to interact. What up, TikTok? What up, Dooms? Dooms, my wife was going to, reply or stitch or duet or leave a nasty comment in one of your videos the other day, and she decided against it. I'm like, why? She's like, because somebody would say something negative. I'm like, it's not like it's... When we do this, it's to make each other laugh, it's to make Jester laugh, or Jester does stuff to make me laugh. This live is popular. Well... the 4 people in here would agree with you. 6. This isn't interesting. Who cares? What's what I told her. She's not good at the negative comments. And it's not necessarily a negative comment, but it'll be somebody popping in there not understanding our relationship. And y'all hear that? There's Do We Like Donuts. Guys, Do We Like Donuts is hey Jay Woo, good to see you. Good to see you. Garrett, knock it off. This is why I can't do live podcast. Do We Like Donuts is our guest tonight, guys. It's Jeremy's his name, in case y'all didn't. It's not Dewey, it's Jeremy. At Do We Like Donuts on TikTok and Instagram, guys. When we tell you to follow us on these, able to join for the last 5 to 10 minutes. Yes, absolutely. Hey, if you can send a request when you're ready, we'll let you come on in, man. I'm excited. I'm excited. I was telling everybody on YouTube when we took the break, Jeremy, that I finished editing your episode, all 3 episodes Monday, and then I have to sit on it for 4 days. I'm like, I don't want to sit on this good podcast guest for 4 days or 2 more weeks. It sucks. It sucks. Meg Burke, 44. What you doing? Good to see you. So everybody on TikTok, this is our pre-show. The podcast drops at 7 p.m. on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. With Do We Like Donuts, Jeremy from TikTok and Instagram, Prepper, Homesteader, super brilliant guy, funny, intelligent, makes good content. He's got like 146,000 followers on TikTok, so you know he's good. And we had a good conversation. We had a good time getting to know each other, and Dewey liked it. So, well, you had a lot of good content that I was able to add to it as well. So I'm happy about it. I can't wait to have you back. I wish the podcast like helped that a little more, and I probably do it more. But half the reason I'm doing a podcast is to get off TikTok. So, Rachel Warren, oh my goodness, how are you? So good to see you. And Jeremy had like a good camera and good audio. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. Hang on a minute. Shelby Jack. That's who I was trying to think what your name was. Good to you. Welcome in, everybody. My name is, I can't even talk. My name is Justin. I'm SafePrep. Be sure you give us a follow here on TikTok. We do preparedness, prepping, and preppertainer content. Our podcast drops tonight on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch at 7 p.m. with our guest, Do We Like Donuts? So if we're on your FYP here on TikTok, be sure you come over and find us on YouTube. And the best way to do that is to just go up to my profile, and right outside my profile, you'll see a little YouTube icon that will take you directly to my page. If you're watching us on YouTube, or come over and subscribe to us on YouTube, hit that notification bell, and every time we put out any content, you'll get a notification. We're doing our podcast. I'm just talking a lot, not really. Hello, move to the talk. You're cool, Shelby. So we'll be live here on TikTok right up until 7. Do We Like Donuts is driving right now. He's going to try to join us here in our live towards the very end, so y'all get a sneak peek at him. But be sure you follow Do We Like Donuts on TikTok and Instagram, guys. He'll be your podcast guest on the SafePrep Show for the next 2 weeks after tonight. So, and he'll be back. And he'll be back. So, as set up on YouTube, guys, is if you're able to be there at 7, it will premiere on YouTube at 7. And if you've never done a premiere on YouTube, everybody basically gets to watch it for the first time together. And there's a live chat, and I will be in there so I can talk and interact with guys. I bet if Dewey gets a chance, he'll be in there as well. But if you can't make it to the podcast at 7 on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch, that video will remain as a regular old video on Facebook and YouTube and Twitch after the fact. So you can watch any of our podcast episodes at any time. I'm excited. I'm excited. Ain't nobody leaving comments. Y'all know I get lost when nobody's talking. The page name on YouTube is SafePrep. But if you want to, easiest way to get there, otherwise you're going to go to YouTube and type it in. Click on the link, click on my profile, and then right out beside where it says SafePrep, up at the top of my TikTok profile, to the right of it, there'll be a little YouTube icon. You click on that, it will take you directly to my page. When you get over there, just be sure you subscribe. But it's SafePrep on YouTube, it's SafePrep Survival on Facebook, and it is the SafePrep Show on Twitch. Sarah Lou, no, it is recorded. The next 3 podcasts, and most of my podcasts are going to be recorded. But Sarah Lou, when it premieres on YouTube at 7, everybody can watch it for the first time together, and there's a live chat. So I will be in the live chat on YouTube at 7. But it is a recorded podcast. We actually recorded it a week ago. And the next 3 shows with Jeremy are going to be, your next 3 podcasts, including tonight, will be Jeremy's. We will do some occasional live podcast, guys, but most of the time it's going to be recorded. And I'll tell you guys why. And you'll see tonight is, say Jeremy's telling a story, right? Jeremy's telling a story, and I can go and find video and overlay that over or next to Jeremy while he's telling a story. So like tonight's episode, we start talking about his TikTok and how that kind of happened and grew. And I'm able to overlay some of his videos while he's talking. So it's less of 2 heads just yapping at each other, and it's more of a visual experience. So we do a lot of editing. Sandy, I appreciate it. We're doing the podcast to get off TikTok a little bit, and it lets me share with you guys some of the really awesome people that I've found, and it allows them maybe another audience or another platform to teach and educate on. And I enjoy getting to know these people through the podcast process. But yeah, we've backed off on the TikTok content a little bit, and we're trying to, we're focusing a lot on YouTube, and that's why the main platform for the podcast is YouTube. When the podcast premieres at 7, I'll be there in the live chats. I'll be watching it with you. I'm excited. I hate that I can't roll out the whole hour and 50-minute interview. VetTech80, so good to see you. I love you. But we're excited. I'm excited. I'm excited to see Dewey hopefully make it to wherever he's headed and go live with us for a second. He's got a lot of good guys. He's got 146,000-ish followers on TikTok. He wants you to follow him on Instagram as well. And for my social media folks now, we're on all those platforms right there. SafePrep's on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitch. VetTech80, I hope you're having a better day. I will roll our upcoming podcast guest, and then I'll tell you guys about them real quick. So we have got, in no particular order, guys, the next 3 podcasts, including tonight's, are going to be Dewey's. On the road back to Buffalo. Choking to death here. Oh Lord, I hit the microphone. Sarah Lou, you're good. And if you missed the podcast, it's still there. It's still there. The podcast is, will even after it's over, will be a video on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. So you guys can watch the podcast anytime you want to. Just if you're watching the podcast after the fact, do me a favor and leave a comment so I know you guys are there. Otherwise, I just see that it got a view, but I don't know who it was. So, and if I can figure out a way to get it to TikTok, I will, but I don't know that that's going to happen. And we're also looking at trying to get our podcast on some other audio podcast platforms. So, tell you guys about our guests real quick coming up, and they're in no particular order. And the list is so long now, I'm going to have to actually read it. So we've got Amanda Kratzer, at Amanda Kratzer on TikTok. These are all TikTok folks. At Amanda Kratzer, at Ard's Homestead, at 411 Outdoors LLC, at Scott Prepper Talk Radio, at Mini Haven Homestead will be a regular guest, at Survival Alliances, at Chuck Sarin, at the Betancourts. That is our list so far. Krista McCune, 5. So good to see you. Brown Cow Prep. Hey, Crystal, the podcast drops at 7, but if you can't be there at 7, just check out the podcast on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch sometime and leave me a comment. It'll be a live premiere on YouTube so we can all watch it together, and I'll be there live in the chats with everybody. But it is a recorded podcast. I think that's better for y'all. Brown Cow, what are you doing, brother? Everybody's like, it ain't Brown Cow, it's Bronco. It's Brown Cow, y'all. It's Brown Cow. J-Boo says, I'm glad you're on YouTube because I haven't been getting on TikTok much lately. I'm trying to get off TikTok too. I'm on TikTok less. I'm on there less, and I'm doing different types of content. And we're honestly trying to build our YouTube account back up. We've got about 1,300 subscribers on YouTube. We're trying to get to a certain amount of watch time for a whole bunch of different reasons. So, but basically, most of the content I'm doing all the content I'm doing on YouTube right now is either repurposed content used as shorts on YouTube and podcast episodes. WindyLine76, I am well. Good to see you. I've had some abdominal pain. I think my kidney stone's acting up. We think it's a kidney stone. Brown Cow's working. I go back to work Tuesday. Safe Prep goes back to work full-time Tuesday. I hollered at HR today. Hey, live from Oklahoma. Cool. All right. I think I gotta take a. I don't need these. Hang on. See if he pops in here. Uh-oh. There he comes.
Uh-oh.
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 What are you doing, man?
How do I turn my camera? Oh, I gotta turn my camera.
Go out. There you go.
I got it.
Now you're good. All right, guys, we got Jeremy from Do We Like Donuts over on TikTok live with us. So, are you ready?
I guess everybody else.
I hope you don't screw this up tonight.
Well, I mean, it's too late. I've already screwed it up if I did. I watched. Man, I've got like 3 episodes now?
Yeah.
In my inbox, and I started watching a couple of them.
It wasn't.
I mean, I can't say much for the content, but good editing.
Right. I'm hoping that's what they noticed too. I'm just doing it for the editing. I'm not really doing it for content.
Yeah, who cares about content, right?
I didn't have to edit out much. It was
pretty good. I mean, it didn't look like.
I don't know, dude. It was easy.
Screaming.
It was. So when me and Dewey were doing the recording, I had to stop it about 3 or 4 times because my kids kept coming in.
Dad. Oh,
I'm excited. I hate sitting on. I have to be real careful because I can overdo it on social media. But part of me wants to just like dump it all out at once because I don't like hanging on to stuff. I want people to see it.
Patience. I know.
But then again, like, I feel so good because technically I'm caught up for another 2 weeks.
Yeah, right. Well, so like I'll record a video and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna post that video on TikTok, in a couple of days, and I can't wait. I post it anyway, and I'm like, and I'll post it at 5 o'clock in the morning, which is like terrible time to post a video on TikTok, but
most of my content on TikTok is spur of the moment. I mean, it's, and I can't sit on it. There'll be days that I only put out 1 video, and then there'll be days that I do like 5 or 6 in a row. What?
I started to space mine out.
No, not yet. I'm still doing TikTok. Deanna Jordan,
But
good
no,
to see
I
you.
think it's great that you've got. What's that?
I was talking to somebody on YouTube. I'm sorry.
Can they hear me? They can't hear or see me, can they?
Can you guys? Hey, can you guys hear? Can y'all hear Dewey?
I mean, nobody. I guess I gotta talk so they can hear me, right?
I bet I can move this a little closer to them. I probably can't.
Oh,
But
that's fine.
it's hey, dude. There's 3 of them. Don't even worry about it. I mean, I love the 3 of you.
Hey, but those 3 matter.
Those three matter.
Viewer matters.
J-Woo says
Man,
yes.
my views have
They
been
can.
down
They can hear
so
you.
low lately. They can or cannot.
They can.
Hey, how about that? Yeah, so that one that I put out the other day, you started talking about. First off, SafePrep 2.0. Why the second account? Just in case this one gets.
So it was. Yeah, that's yes. But it was originally my personal account before I was SafePrep.
Okay.
And then I've
I didn't know
also
anything about it until Kristen invited me.
I've also been known to forget passwords and lock myself out of my main account.
That's fantastic.
That's the only reason it ended up with so like a decent amount of people, like 4,000 people in it.
It's like 4,000 followers. I was like, well,
But no, it's because
he's already got 4,000.
it's because like a whole bunch of preparedness folks were like, "Okay, go follow his backup account. He's
Yeah, I've got a backup account too. I think it's got like 200 followers, 100, maybe 100 followers.
I don't get
And,
dinged.
I
I don't get dinged much. Somebody over the past couple of weeks, I've had 2 people have reported my content as branded content, and I'm like, no.
I got a few flags for things posted, videos that I posted that were about the.
Yep.
And so I took a step back from posting anything about that. Unless like the one that I posted the other night, it was very just factual. This is what the CDC, what their vote did, and I'm waiting for that one to get flagged because somebody doesn't like it. Whatever.
Kristen in Texas says
Try to get
hello.
away from that. Yeah, I can see your comments. Hey, Kristen, can she not hear me?
Did you can see my comments?
That was a good one.
Oh, you can't see.
I'm
No. If we were doing the other, I'm sorry. So I'm sorry. I interrupted you. What were you saying about your
No, you're good.
your video the other day about the CDC?
Oh yeah, I mean, I debated on even putting that one out there, but I had so many people send me videos about the CDC is going to require this. No, they're not. Not yet, anyway. It may get there,
It may.
but for right now, it's not. But I'm waiting for that one to get flagged.
I don't think it will.
Somebody's not going to like it.
I don't think it will.
Somebody will get reported for something because they don't like it. Maybe not. We're a couple days out, so
You'll be
it's
safe.
started to die down a little bit.
You'll be safe. CDC, that was a good one.
Thanks, Kristen. And there's a whole lot more to it. I mean, somebody had texted me earlier that this is really a way for the drug companies to not get sued over adverse effects. And so I got to look into that to see, how true that is. Again, I don't want to post something if I don't know, I don't believe that it's true.
There's no doubt in my
I want
mind.
to do some research.
There's no doubt in my mind that people have misunderstood what is happening with that one decision. And I guarantee you people in this country have already pulled their kids out of school just because they thought that was happening. And
look, I mean, if it ever gets to that point, I'll yank my kid out of
same here.
But
I did a video the other day too. Yep, I'm there too, man. And it that was my line last year. If they started to get to that, I was pulling them. But it may be something else. But right now, we're pretty happy with, at least locally. But if we're
I'm in Alabama. I mean, I think we're pretty safe at least for a while. And
I think our governor,
pretty safe too.
our governor in Tennessee's already come out and said it's not going to happen. So,
which I mean, there's medical religious, medical and religious exemptions that you can file to get around that.
Well, you explained it.
It'll be all fight before it gets there.
You explained it real well in your video, the specifics of it, because it's you gotta.
I think it's the start.
I agree. I totally agree. But it was good. It was good of you to get out there and at least to the people that see you or will see you on their FYP, maybe clarify something a little bit, because
Miss Little Sunshine. So they, so the CDC voted 15-0 to include the vaccine as part of the vaccine. I can't remember the name. Vaccine for Children program, and what it does is it puts it on a list of free vaccines for children for uninsured and underinsured children. From what I understand, it doesn't require it for anything. It just puts it on a list of approved vaccines for that program. Some of what someone sent me some information, and again, I can't verify this information because I haven't looked at it. But basically, by doing that, it's protecting the drug companies from being sued for any adverse effects for
I got you.
for children. So I don't know if that's true or not, but it does not require that your kids get that vaccine to be enrolled in public education. Not yet, anyway. It may change. Who knows? But for right now, that's the truth.
I'm not.
And that's all my video was about.
I'm not pulling mine out today. My kid's out today.
Nope.
I thought it was good because I have to do the same thing. And, well,
What's that?
Windy Line, we don't really explore, at least on my TikTok, we don't explore the political part of it. I think me and Dewey are both in agreement that
Freedom.
it's all the same. It's all the same bird.
Yeah. And what is it? What's the saying? Left wing, right wing. You're on the same daggum plane.
Yep. Absolutely. Well, hey, let me ask you this: we got 3 minutes before the podcast starts on YouTube.
All right.
What is your next appearance on the SafePrep Show? What are the topics going to be?
Man, we talked about so much.
Dude, you know what I got to do research
so much
on?
packed into these 3 episodes.
Magnetic pole reversal. I got to check that because I don't know much about it.
All right, look. I am not an expert on that. I know enough to understand a little bit of it and to believe what is, I think, potentially coming from that, what could come from that. But I am a scientist or whatever. I can't even begin to jump into that. But it's very fascinating. And I think we could absolutely talk about it from a surface level.
I got to do some research too, so
I'll send you some information.
Do it, man, because I don't do as much. I don't do a whole lot of research. That's why I rely on experts like Jeremy, because Jeremy just said he was an expert on the magnetic pole.
I said I was not an expert on that.
All right, guys, so listen up.
Hey, look, man, my BS meter is good.
Mine is too, dude. Mine's probably too good. So the podcast will be on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch at 7 p.m., which is exactly 1 minute from now, guys. If you're over on YouTube, it will be a live premiere. I will be down there in the chats. If Jeremy gets a chance, he'll pop in there too. We can all watch it together.
I gotta eat dinner first.
Gotta eat dinner. That's cool. But man, I had such a blast with you, and we'll do some lives over the next couple of weeks. But you guys be sure you tune in on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch. And we're going to get the show started. It's time, my man.
All righty, man. See you.
See you, dude. Bye.
Bye.
Guys, we will see you over on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch. The podcast starts right now. And I'm going to end this, and the podcast premieres at 7, guys. You guys are awesome, and I love you.